Hey, welcome to Smart Paycard. My name is Veena Prashant. Now, today I'm going to talk to you about SPC and how you can use SPC to create and sell your products online. SPC is a WordPress plugin. It's a shopping cart plugin made for WordPress, and it only works with DApp currently, which means if you use DApp as your membership plugin, you can use SPC to create payment buttons and sell the products that you create in DApp. Now, DApp is a membership plugin, an LMS plugin for WordPress, and you can use DApp to create and offer all kinds of products. But if you want to sell those products online, you're going to need like a shopping cart platform. SPC is a full-fledged shopping cart platform with tons and tons of features. The way SPC works is that you don't have to create a checkout page or your order form again and again for every product you want to sell from your site. There's no need to. You just have to create your order form once. You just have to customize your order form once. Once you have done that, you can use it over and over again for all of your products. That's what I do. I don't create a checkout page every time I want to create a product and launch a new product. I don't have to create an order form. I don't have to customize it. It saves me so much time because order form is typically the same stuff, right? The contact information, billing information, payment information is the same stuff. All I need is for it to know what product people are buying from there, right? That's all. I just need it to have the product context. And that's exactly what it has. When you use SPC, you can create your checkout page once. And when you create your payment button, you just let the payment button know what product you're selling. And you can connect it to a checkout page. You can connect it to an order form. So you create your order form first, your checkout page first. And then when you create your payment buttons, you can say this payment button is for this product. And I wanted to use this checkout page. So yeah, you can create as many checkout pages as you want, but you don't have to. You can just create one and use it over and over again. This is not what you do with most shopping cart platforms because they make it way more complicated. You have to first create the product, then you got to create a checkout page. You got to customize that checkout page for each one of your products. That's so much work and it's really not required. When you use SPC, you don't have to do it. Similarly with your funnel. If you create an upsell funnel using SPC, you just have to create it once and you can attach the same funnel to the back of all of your payment buttons. So they purchase your main product. And if you want to send them to an upsell page, you can just connect it to the funnel you already built. And you can do that for any of your products. You don't have to rebuild that upsell funnel again. So connect that same upsell funnel to any of your buy buttons. So they purchase the main product and you can send them to the first upsell page. Similarly with your order bump, create your order bump offer once and you can connect it to any of your payment buttons. So you don't have to recreate your order bump offer. You can just reuse it over and over again. So that's how SPC is designed and everything is reusable. So it makes it really easy. And currently, it only works with DApp, as I said. So if you use DApp as your membership plugin, it's truly a no-brainer to use SPC to sell your digital products. So now I'm going to show you how you can use SPC and how it works and how you can use it to create your payment buttons to sell your products that you have created in DApp. This is the backend of Smart Paycard, and we have an easy-to-use step-by-step wizard that will help you set up your checkout page, your payment buttons, and everything. So you can simply use this to create your payment buttons. You don't even have to go to individual pages to create it. But I'm going to show you both ways, right? Because even if you create it using the wizard, you're going to probably want to customize it, configure different things, and you can always do that. This is just an easy way for you to get started. It doesn't mean you're going to be stuck with it. You can always customize it. If you want to customize the checkout page, go to checkout. If you want to customize the payment button, go to buttons. You'll find all your buttons there. You can customize it, change it, whatever you want, right? But let's just use it to get started. And if you want to skip it, if you don't want to use the wizard and you want to manually create your checkout and buttons, just say, I will do it later and it'll go away. So first thing you have to do in SPC is enter your payment credentials, payment processor credentials. If you want to use PayPal to sell your products and services, check this and enter your PayPal credentials. This is something you just have to do once. You don't have to do this again and again for each one of your products. This is something you just have to do once. If you have done it, it's going to say account connected. It's going to say live account connected. And if you want to connect a Sandbox, if you have a PayPal Sandbox account, you can do that too. Be sure to enter your credentials. If you click on PayPal, it's going to give you these fields to enter your PayPal credentials, and you will find your PayPal credentials in your PayPal account. And I have a different video on, where to get your PayPal credentials from, where to get your Stripe credentials from. This is something you just have to do once. Enter your PayPal credentials, enter your Stripe credentials. Sandbox is not required, but it's good to have Sandbox. This way you can test using Sandbox. You don't have to enter real credit card details to test things out. And then you can switch the button to live mode. All right. So these things you can do here. SPC connects with PayPal, Stripe, Authorize.net, and Razorpay. We don't have Razorpay yet here, but it integrates with Razorpay. If you want to enable Razorpay, you can do that directly in the checkout page. Now, Stripe makes it easy because once you log into Stripe, you'll find your test credentials and live credentials. and you don't have to create a different account to get your test credentials for Stripe. So for PayPal, you'll have to create a Sandbox account, and steps are a little bit more complex than Stripe. But I have a different video on how you can do this. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you will find it there. And you can follow the steps to create a PayPal Sandbox account, or just talk to PayPal support if you're not sure. All right. So here, this is the checkout page step. So as I mentioned, right, in SPC, things are really simple. You have to create a checkout page. You just have to create it once. Once you have created it, it's going to show up in this drop down, and then you can use it over and over again. Right? I have a checkout page, and I just use the same one again and again for all of my products. If you want to create a different checkout for each product, that's totally up to you. You can go to checkout, and you can create your checkout page from scratch, or you can just enter the new checkout that you want to create here. All right, next step is where you can set up your payment buttons. You can give it any name you want. And typically what I do is I give it the same name as the product name, just so it's easy to understand. And if it's a special offer, for example, you can call it special offer. This is just for internal use. All right, landing page. Where do you want to send people after they purchase your product? SPC is a plugin for that. It will automatically log in people to their membership. So you can directly send them to the membership dashboard where they can access your products, your whatever you're selling, right? You can directly send them to the dashboard because they will be logged in. However, if it's an existing account, if it's an existing user who already has a membership account, then SPC will not log them in. And that's for security reasons, right? You don't want people to enter someone else's email and get logged in as them. So SPC does not do that. So that's why what I would recommend is always send them to a page, like a thank you page, where you can let them know, we have sent you an email with all your details, with all your login details. So always send them to like a thank you page. You can use the wizard to create your payment button, but where they end up after they purchase, it's completely up to you, and you can always update it in the buy buttons page. Now, Sandbox or live mode, you can set it to Sandbox if you have a Sandbox account. In that case, you will be able to test things in Sandbox mode. But if you set this to Sandbox, one thing to note is that after you are done testing, make sure to go back to the buy button page and switch it to live mode, because you don't want it to remain in the Sandbox mode, obviously, right? So be sure to update your button and switch it to live mode. It's just a button switch. You can easily switch it in the buy buttons page. So if you set this to Sandbox, which is what I would recommend, right? Test it in Sandbox mode, make sure everything is working, and then you can go to the buy buttons page and make it live. All right, so the next step is nothing. You're done. The button is ready. This is how easy it is to use SPC to create your payment buttons. So it's going to give you a link. It's not going to give you the button, but it's going to give you a link. All you have to do is use your page builder, and you can add your button there using your page builder, right? Add a button, and you can connect that button, link it to this URL. So when people click on this URL, they're going to end up on the checkout. Let me show you the checkout. All right, you can see here, this is the checkout. Really simple, right? And you can customize it. You can change the colors, do whatever you want. This is by default. SPC creates a checkout that looks like this by default. You can update it. Also, as I mentioned, SPC's checkout is simply a shortcode. If you edit this page, right, this checkout page, you will find the shortcode on that page. So if you want to change the design, for example, and you want to add your header, footer, or something else, some other information on the checkout page, all you have to do is like take that shortcode, use your page builder to make it look better, and you can insert the shortcode anywhere you want the checkout to show up. That's what I do. Let me show you this. This is my Smart Quiz Builder site. This is where I sell my quiz plugin, and I use SPC to sell all my products. So here, when they click on the button, right, I have connected it to my checkout URL that I got from SPC. When they click on it, they get sent to this page. Page looks like this, right? So all I have done here is I have added a background image, and I have added like a content box. I have inserted the short code right here, and it's showing up here. Wherever you want the checkout to show up, it's going to show up there. This is the checkout from SPC, but the page design, everything, you can design it, make it look however you want. You can edit it using your page builder. Just remove the short code from the default editor and enter that in your page builder if you want it to look different. The checkout design, the design of the checkout form itself, that you can customize in SPC. There are a few things I'm going to show you now. First thing is checkout. So as I mentioned, you can create checkout once and use it over and over again. And you can also create as many checkout pages as you want. So you have the option of creating one checkout and using it for all of your products, or creating different checkout pages and decide, what checkout you want to use for which product. That's up to you. So say that, you want to use a wizard to create it. It will create it for you. It's going to show up here, and you can always edit it and update it. When you edit the checkout, it's going to bring you to the customize template step. You can customize your template. But let me show you all the steps here. If you're building it from scratch, building a brand new checkout, these are the steps. Step one is give it a name, right? So here I'm calling it checkout. Click to create it. It's going to create a page in WordPress by that name. It's going to insert a shortcode on that page. And second step is payment options. Here you can let SPC know what payment processors you plan on using. So PayPal, Stripe, Authorize.net. You can use SEPA for Stripe. You can use Razorpay. All right. So here it's already connected. Once you have connected it, you don't have to keep connecting it, right? So you can just connect it once and it will show up as connected. And checkout type, there are several types here. SPC is a really awesome shopping cart plugin with tons and tons of features. You can create all kinds of payment buttons, like a add to cart button where people can add multiple items to the cart, or single item checkout using buy now button. And you can create different type of checkout forms, one-step checkout, two-step checkout. Your users can also pay using credits. If you use a DApp as your membership plugin, DApp also supports credit-based payment where they can earn credits and they can spend it on the products. Credits will work like discount, right? So once they have earned those credits, you can give them discount on your products. And donation. You can also create donation buttons using SPC. But if you want to create a donation button, you're going to need a donation checkout. You cannot use regular checkout for donations. You've got to create a donation checkout, give it a name, and then when you create your button, select the donation checkout. Next step. In this case, by default, it uses one-step checkout. There are so many different templates here. Pick and choose what you want. By default, it uses template 1. But if you want to switch it to a different template here, you can do that. And then all the templates, doesn't matter which one you use, fully customizable. You can customize the template, the colors, the text. You can reorder fields, everything. You can drag and drop, move things around. And there's also a mobile customizer right here. So once you have created the checkout and you have customized it, next step is payment button. All you have to do is in the payment button tab, you will find all the buttons you have already created. And let me edit this button and show you my setting. Doesn't matter if you're creating a button from scratch or you are editing an existing button. Steps are the same. And it's very intuitive again. You can see step 1 is product details. Enter your product details here. Now, because SPC is made for DApp, you don't have to create your product in SPC. It will pick up all the information from DApp. All you have to do is connect it to the DApp product. You have to let it know this is the product for which I want a button. Give it a name, any name you want, internal use only, and then select the product for which you're creating your button. You have the option of overriding your DApp price in SPC. If you want, you can override the price right here, say yes, and change the price. And this way, it doesn't matter what your price is in DApp. You can create a special offer in SPC with reduced price. You can do that. Payment plan, if you want to offer multiple payment plans on the same checkout, you can do that, right? 1 payment of this or 3 payments of this. You can add it to the checkout. It's going to show as radio button option. People can pick the option they want and pay using that option. Now, if you want to create a payment plan, first thing you have to do is create different products in DApp for each plan. The product can be a dummy product, but it still needs to exist in DApp just for the sake of you accepting payments, right? So create your products in DApp and set up your billing details in DApp, payment plan details in DApp. And then when you create your plan here, right, it's going to ask you what product you want to connect it to. Each plan that you want to offer, you will have to connect it to a product, right? So add a pricing option when you click on it, right? It's going to ask you for the DApp product to which you want to connect. So make sure to connect it and it's going to all show up as an option on your checkout. So if you want to create one checkout page and you want to offer different payment plans on the same checkout and allow them to switch to different plan, you can do that. All right, so that option is here, product header. Now, this one is really useful if you're selling subscriptions. Be sure to enable it, especially for subscriptions, because you want them to know the terms, right? If they are signing up for a subscription, you want to let them know this is going to be this much every year, right? You're going to be billed $50 every year or every month, whatever, right? So be sure that you clearly specify the terms. It should not be hidden. So if you are going to be setting up subscription, then you need to let them know here. All right. Be sure to let them know here. You can edit this text. You can update this text, upload an image for your product. It's going to pick up the product from DApp if you have one. If not, you can upload an image here. And Order Bump, really awesome feature. I'm not going to go over the details of Order Bump in this video because I have a different video for that. But just like Upsells, you can create your Order Bump in SPC Order Bump page. We have several templates. For Order Bump, you can pick the template you like. You can select the product. So again, because it's a plugin made for DApp, right? So first you have to create your product in DApp that you want to offer as an Order Bump product, right? So first create the product in DApp. It has to exist in DApp. And then when you create your Order Bump offer in SPC, you can say this Order Bump is for this product, right? You have to connect it to a product. So when they purchase the Order Bump, they will get access to that product in DApp. And so you can create your Order Bump once and you can use it over and over again, right? So all you have to do is like connect your button to the Order Bump. It's going to automatically show up on the checkout for that button, right? So if you want to use the same Order Bump on a different payment button for a different product, you can do that. Checkout page is where you can let SPC know what checkout you want to use for your payment button, right? So you can connect it to a checkout. Like I said, you can use the same checkout for all the buttons, or you can use different checkout for each button. Landing page is where you can let SPC know where do they end up when they complete the purchase. So you can send them to your upsell funnel. Just like the order bump, you can create your upsell offer once. You can go to the funnel page, build out your funnel using our awesome visual funnel builder. Once you have created it, it's going to show up here in the drop down, and you can select the funnel. So upsell funnel starts from the first upsell page. So if you want to sell a product, you create the payment button to sell the product first. And then after they complete the purchase of that product, if you want them to land on the first upsell page, that's when you connect it to the upsell offer. The final step is where you can let SPC know if you want sandbox or live mode, and set this to I need a payment link. This way SPC can give you the payment link. And again, you can use your page builder, add a button, and connect that button to the payment link. And when they click on the button, they will end up on the order form page, your checkout page. And that's where they can complete the purchase. But because SPC is sending them there through the payment link, SPC knows what product is being sold on the checkout. It will show the right information, pricing details, all of that stuff for the right product image, everything, right? That's how SPC works. This is how easy it is to create your payment button, create your order bump offers, create your upsell offer. And everything is so intuitive, right? Like you don't have to create an upsell offer multiple times. You don't have to create your order bump offer multiple times. Create once and use it over and over again. You can see here SPC has all kinds of buttons you can create. I just went over how to do the buy button, but you can use SPC for add to cart buttons, where you can have multiple products with an add to cart button. When they click on it, it will be added to the cart, and then they can go to the cart summary page, finalize their order, and complete the purchase on the checkout page. SPC also has a storefront option where you can showcase all of your product. It will automatically create a storefront for you. With product boxes, you can select what products you want in your store, and it's going to showcase all of those products in the store. And these are all DAP products, and it will automatically build out your storefront. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. As you can see, SPC is an awesome, really easy to use and smart shopping cart plugin made for WordPress and made for DAP. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye for now.